Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kitty. On my channel, I like to incorporate stuff ranging from story time, makeup, hauls, lives, and I like to throw in vlogs every now and then. If that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing. The story that I'm going to tell today takes place within the last 3 years. I can't remember exactly when. It's about a time that I was going over to the dark side. If you're interested in hearing, please keep watching. And while I have your attention, don't forget to like this video. And don't forget to leave a comment down below. I was actually really interested in like law of attraction, manifestation, and then I got introduced to like psychic mediums or tarot card readers. If you watched my earlier videos, you would probably know that I was actually raised in a house that went to traditional ceremonies as well as church. A lot of times I would hear both sides bashing each other. Traditional people would say the church people are being hypocrites, they're not following what they're taught, they don't practice what they preach. Christians would say don't be going to the ceremonies because you're just worshiping false idols, it's a form of sorcery, it's bad, it's evil, it has nothing to do with God. I'm not here to convert anybody into a certain religion. You do what you gotta do as far as your faith goes. But speaking for myself, I have to say this, that I do know that Jesus is real. So coming from both of these sides, I was always kind of torn. I was 50% here, 50% here. Never just 100% in one side. It was always one or the other. I've seen good things and bad things on both sides, so it's very hard for me to pick just one. I've always been a curious person. I've always liked to learn about other people's religions, and just I'm a learner. I'm a learner on my own. I don't like going to school to learn, but I'm a learner for myself. I don't know how this came about, but I'm pretty sure it was either on social media or on YouTube, but I actually came across like manifestations and law of attraction, and I was really interested. I started watching these videos about how people, can make things happen for themselves and success stories, and it was all positive. It seemed all positive. Then my suggestions started bringing up tarot card reading, and I would see people go live and read tarot cards, and I was really fascinated because I felt like this was positive. It had nothing to do with like evil. It was, they would say like spirit guides or ancestors. It didn't seem like it was anything evil. It seemed harmless, and I felt like I could do that. Like I could reach out to my family members and get answers, It didn't seem bad at the time. There would be days where I would just come home and just get on my phone and start looking at tarot stuff. I would start learning about it. I even almost bought myself a deck of cards because I was really fascinated and very interested. I wanted to learn. I wanted to start a business. I wanted to start reading people and just like becoming successful and helping people, because I feel like even with my mom dying, I always wanted to go to like a psychic medium and just get answers from my mom. It started getting to the point where I was like kind of wanting to dabble into like crystals and wanted to do like basically like white magic. A lot of people will say that white magic is better than black magic because black magic is evil and white is more like to help people, to purify, that type of stuff. But really, both of them are equally as bad. Many of you know that I like to go thrifting a lot, and when I go to thrift stores, I actually like to look for books. I'm a big reader. I actually read a lot. Probably don't look like it, probably don't seem like it, but I read a lot. So I started looking for law of attraction books, and then one day when I was there at the thrift store, I actually ran across a book of like spells. I was scrolling through it and it seemed very innocent. They were spells. They were very small, like very easy to remember, and just like it seemed very innocent. To me, in my mind, the way they sounded, it just sounded like manifestations, and to me, manifestations didn't seem evil. There was nothing bad about it. It's all positive. It brings positivity. It gives you something to look forward to. It just didn't seem evil at all. So I bought the book. I brought it home and I put it with the rest of my books, and I knew right here something was tugging at me. Something was tugging at my heart, like don't do it. This is bad. Like, you're opening a can of worms. This is not good, kitty. But at the same time, I'm like, I've gone the Christian path. I've gone down that route, and nothing never really ever came good, you know, like the way I'm doing things now, everything's coming faster, everything is like working out. Like, I feel like going down this other route is just easier, and it's just like results are coming, you know. But still, growing up half Christian, I could hear my mom saying, this is not good, this is not good, kitty, like, don't do it, don't bother, just leave it alone. Other side of me was like, it's innocent, they're very harmless, like spells, not gonna hurt. It's basically a form of manifestation, a law of attraction. There's no harm in it if you're not like harming animals, or if you're not harming people. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I was like this that day. I was back and forth, back and forth. So I just put it with the rest of my books, and I laid down and I went to sleep. I already have a hard time sleeping as it is. I feel like I'm very sensitive toward things or people or energies. You know how that feeling you get when you feel like someone's like watching you or like nearby you? I felt it pretty much all night. I could not sleep. I don't think my boys were here at the time. They weren't, because usually one of them sleep by me, but I was alone and I could not sleep. In my mind, I was like, you're just tripping, you're just tired. But in my heart, it was like, this is evil, this is not good. Like, you're getting yourself into trouble already, kitty. Like, this is a sign. At the time, I was like 31, 32. Like, I don't wanna go run to my dad and be like, Dad, I'm scared, you know? Like, I'm gonna leave the door open, you know? Like, I don't wanna do none of that. Like, I'm a big girl, so like my pride was kind of like in the way, you know? Basically, I just toughed it out and eventually fell asleep, but really I was uncomfortable and I was scared. I did feel an evil presence. I actually could feel it, literally feel it. It would not leave. I started praying, and then, like I said, I eventually fell asleep. The next day I went to work, and it was a short day, and I just kept thinking about it, and I thought, I don't want to go to sleep like this every night. I don't want to have to deal with things like this every time I buy a book or try to get into some kind of, you know, law of attraction or anything like that. Then I came across somebody here on YouTube. I believe I was meant to hear this person talk, and they were basically saying that white magic and black magic equally bad, both bad. Law of attraction, manifestation, tarot reading, Ouija board, all of that stuff, all bad, all demonic. None of it is spirit guides. None of it is ancestors. None of it is people from heaven or angels. None of it is good. They started reading scriptures from the Bible, and somebody who aims to actually be very in tuned in the spiritual world actually was just breaking it down, and I was just like, I'm meant to hear it. This is what I'm supposed to hear. So I came home, I grabbed that book, and I didn't even want to look at it anymore. I didn't even want to look at another word. I went out in the back because my dad was outside cleaning, and I said, where's your lighter? I need a lighter. My dad gave me a lighter, and he's like, why? And I said, I need to burn this book. And he's like, why? And I told him what happened. He just kind of shook his head, because he knows I am a curious person, but at the same time, he kind of wasn't surprised, you know, but I think he felt better that I came to him myself and wanted to do this on my own rather than going down that path. It took a while, but the book did burn, and I just felt like this tension, this anxiety, this heaviness just like lift off my shoulders. And then I came in here and I blessed my home. I blessed every room. I prayed for all of us, and I asked for forgiveness. I started getting more into learning more about the Bible, and I've come to realize that all that really is wrong. And I know there's a lot of people out there that believe in it, and it brings them some sort of positivity or some sort of success in their lives, and they really, you know, swear by it, but really it's all bad. So that's my story about the time that I had bought a book that was not meant for me and had to burn it. I know some people from my following that do believe in this type of stuff, but if you are a Christian believer, please know that it's not good. Nothing is good when it comes to all of that stuff. If you're not a Christian, please consider, just kind of getting to know Jesus Christ. But other than that, I'm not here to force any kind of religion on you. I'm just speaking from my own experience. And like I said, I know that Jesus is real. And when it comes down to it, there's so much things in my life that I'm grateful for, that he has brought me. He has given me chances time after time after time after time. I wouldn't be here without him. So Jesus is real. We'll see you in the next one.